Previously on Dread and Breakfast.
Welcome to my Halloween Victorian Spectacular. Each one of your papers entitles you to 1/6 of my estate.
I am playing Sienna, Silas's great-granddaughter.
Silas is my grandfather-in-law.
Silas and I are old business acquaintances, I guess you would say.
You see Silas and, of course, his butler, Percival. Thank you so much for not making me park any more fucking cars this evening. This is my cook, Carson.
Today's my first day, actually.
I say, is that Reginald dressed up as a poor?
It's for the fucking money. It's for the fucking money. You hear a loud crash. That's just your great-grandma. Obviously, she is a ghost.
Yeah, so you run over to Silas, and around his throat, you see glowing blue handprints. Thwack! And we're back, people. So, Jill, you are running up to Silas's unmoving body. It doesn't look great. And as you sort of run over to him and you push Carson out of the way because what does this cook know? You start trying to administer first aid to this man.
Yeah, checking his vitals. Is he breathing?
No, he's not. If you continue to check his pulse, there isn't one. It's really easy to read it.
Okay, so I start administering CPR.
Okay. So as you start to do that, the power goes out. The chandelier that was over the table just goes completely dark. You also hear a gigantic clap of thunder. You see the flash of lightning, and it starts downpouring rain outside. And then you just hear this like gigantic crash from outside.
From outside?
Yup.
Like a tree falling or a murderer breaking in a window?
Do you want to make a poll to see if you would recognize that sound?
Nah.
Pull.
No. I'll play your block game. I'll make a fucking pull for trees.
My block game.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which one do I want?
This is
Is
Dread.
that the new I hug trees?
All right, which one?
I pull for trees.
Okay. No, listen, that might have been a real stinker because I think that might have made the tower a little bit wobbly.
Yeah, why did you take it from the bottom row?
Yeah, one time in your childhood, a long time ago, you were in the forest with your brother, and there was like a high wind warning, but you were kids, you didn't give a fuck. There was like this huge gust of wind, and you heard like a very similar sound, like this just horrible like cracking and splitting and creaking as like half a tree fell down. So you can kind of intuit that maybe that has happened outside.
Okay. At this point, I think Sienna is like, she is clutching the book and the rosary like to her chest and has like sunk down to the floor. And because like from her perspective, her grandmother, who she adored, has tried to hurt her and also presumably has just killed her great grandpappy.
I think she's still. You're making some big assumptions. Maybe she wanted to give you a hug. You ran away. You shunned the hug.
She yelled at me and a mere broken glass was everywhere. I don't know that she would view that as warm or endearing.
That is not the order in which those things happened in. And I have
Whatever.
a podcast to prove
it. Both things still happened. But from her position on the floor, like clutching these objects, she would just kind of like, a tree fell. I think it was a tree. Just like babbling.
I feel like the CPR is not working.
So, yes, we kind of moved away from you for a second, but no, you start administering like chest compressions, and it has been a while since I have taken a CPR class. I think you still breathe into the person, right? That is still
You don't have to do You don't have to do rescue breaths, no.
Oh, you don't?
You can do
I'm
just
pretty sure
compressions.
you check the airway at least. Though.
Yes, yeah. Has anyone called 911?
Percy has our phones. Percy, where's our phones?
I put the phones in the master's bag. They should be on the back of his chair. Carson, be a dear and get that.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can get that, yeah, sure. And this man just starts rummaging through like a satchel. It's very dark now, so it's kind of hard for him to see. You just hear him like fumbling, and like he drops like a sheet of papers. It's a bad scene. Guys, the phones aren't here. The phones aren't in here. I don't know where they are, but they're not in this bag.
What do you mean the phones aren't in here? You were the one with the fucking body. Did you fucking take them? What happened?
I don't know. I just came down here, and I just came in here, and he was like this, and he wasn't breathing, and I don't know. He had the glowing stuff on his arm and on his neck, and I.
All right, breathe. I need you to take a deep breath. Put your head between your legs.
Deep breath. Head between my legs, and he does that and promptly like falls forward.
Clearly something very intense has happened here. It doesn't look like we have any way to communicate with the outside world, so what do we do with this?
Doesn't the old man have a landline?
That's a good thought.
There is one of those old rotary phones in the like foyer.
Percy, old dear, would you be a doll and ring up the hospital for us on the phone?
Of course, I see someone is now finally taken charge and is giving me, an old man, something to do.
Percy, how can you be so calm? Great Grandpappy is dead and you're worried about your orders?
I was merely making the point that I am an old, frail man, and now I am going to go out into the dark hallway, where I can barely see by myself, where I believe you said there was a ghost.
Oh my gosh, Percy, I will go with you to find this phone. Come on.
And you both walk out into the foyer. You go to the rotary phone. It takes you a minute to find it. It's fairly dark outside, and the clouds have kind of moved in.
Oh no, how many priceless knickknacks does Percy knock over in there?
Oh God. Do you remember your grandpa's like perfect like Ming vase that he kept just like
oh no,
pristine?
not the vase.
Oh, it's gone. That's shattered on the floor.
See, all of these artifacts, I think, are coming out of our inheritance. So maybe we find some candles and stop breaking our money.
That was going to fetch a pretty penny at auction too. Like, that's just a bummer. So you get to the rotary phone, and Percival kind of picks it up and goes to start dialing. And then he looks at you and he says, "What's the number for 911?"
That would be 911.
Thank you. And he kind of puts the phone to his ear and begins to dial. And then after about 30 seconds, he turns to you again. He says, "There is absolutely no dial tone."
Excellent. Of course, the power is out. We should have known that this would not be working. Okay. Well, hopefully the others are finding some candles or something. I guess we should make our way back.
All right. As you say, let us go.
So yeah, back in the dining room, I guess Abbot, you're just sort of standing there with Uncle Reggie. Uncle Reggie hasn't said anything this whole time. He looks a bit wet. He was outside.
Wet?
Yeah, he came in through the front door. It was kind of raining a little bit. It just like not a lot. So he hasn't really been saying anything. He's sort of just been like staring at Silas kind of. but like not at Silas, like through him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's kind of like zoned out. Carson is on the ground, kind of freaking out and having a panic attack.
We gotta find our phones. There's candles in the kitchen, I think, but I'm not going out there alone. So if someone else wants to get the candles, that's cool. Or if someone wants to come with me, that's cool. But I'm not going anywhere by myself and dying.
I suppose some light would be helpful in this situation. I'll go with you, young girl.
My name's Sienna, but cool, Abbot. And I will like grab his coat sleeve or like one of his like tails on his weird fancy boy coat and just lead him into the kitchen.
I like it. It's very good. It's very good. So you both go into the kitchen. You start rummaging in drawers, Sienna, and eventually you come across some candlesticks and a like matchbook.
Okay, I found it. Abbot, could you help me light this? I can't juggle all of this.
Very well. And then I strike a match and light a candle.
Okay.
Nice.
Could you make
The song
a
from Rent
pull for me,
begins to
please?
Knew this would happen.
I'm glad I wasn't the one to light the candle.
Okay, here I go.
Don't pull from the bottom.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh,
there we
very
go.
nice.
That's fine. It's fine. That's fine.
It's all good. So Abbot, as you strike the match and light the candle, you both turn and you are both kind of startled to see Reggie just kind of like standing in the doorway, staring at you both. And he's just like, "We need to leave."
God, Uncle Reggie, you scared the shit out of me. What happened to you? Why were you outside?
I was looking for one of his stupid stamps. We need to get out of here. If what you said is true, we gotta go.
I would be okay with leaving.
Yeah, but Uncle Reggie, you've been living here for what, a couple months since Great Grandma died? Like, haven't you seen her? Haven't you seen any of this before? Like, look. And I hold up the occult book. You haven't seen anything like this whole time?
He looks at that, he looks at you, and he looks back at the book and he shakes his head. He's like, "No, but if that's real, we gotta go. We need to go now."
Okay, let's, I guess. I don't know why Great Grandma would hurt him or try to hurt us.
Listen to the man. He's saying we should go. Let's just go.
What do you care? You were waiting for Great Grandpa to die this whole time.
Exactly. And now we can go.
You're a horrible person. It's almost like, look, if I didn't see the glowing handprints, I would have thought that you killed him. No offense. Some
But
offense.
you did see them.
Okay, you know that sounds really fucking suspicious, right? Like, where were you this whole time?
Yes, that's more suspicious than I meant it to sound. But in general, I'm ready to leave.
So Reggie's gonna like guide you guys back through the dining room, past the body of Silas, past Carson, who is still, he's like gotten it a little bit together and is now just seems kind of like dazed, sort of like where Reggie was a few moments ago.
Could I, as we pass him, could I light another candle and hand one to him? Because I imagine we took like a bunch.
Yeah, you took like
Yeah,
seven.
how many candles did we
You
find?
found more than 3 and less than 10.
I would like a candle then.
You have one. Congratulations.
Hooray!
Yay! We did it.
Yes.
But
Level up achieved.
Sienna, you light a candle and pass it to Carson, who kind of like takes it. I should say these are kind of awkward to hold because of wax and its drippiness.
Yeah, if you're a wimp.
We've learned some things about Jill.
We've learned some things about Christine.
Yeah, that I went to a Lutheran college and we did a lot of candlelight services.
But yeah, so you hand Carson a candle, And you guys are all sort of like leaving this room when you are met by Jill and Percival, who walk back in.
Oh, good. You guys found candles.
Yeah, here's a couple. Any luck on the phone?
No, the power's out, so the phone's not working.
Reggie says we should leave.
Yes. Jill, we gotta go now.
Why?
We need to get out of here.
What, are we just going to leave Silas here?
We can call the police from somewhere else and tell him what happened, which I don't know what that is, I guess.
Yeah, what? Like, oh, a mirror exploded, and then this old man was choked to death by a specter.
Okay, to be fair, I hadn't really thought of that. I just don't want to die, you know? So, like, maybe we figure...
Do you really think Great Grandma's gonna try to kill us next? Are you serious?
I mean, if you say that she attacked you...
I mean, okay, she didn't attack me. She just kind of yelled. That it was really scary, okay?
So if she's gonna scare you, I mean, you know, I don't really know how ghosts work, but, like, seems like she might...
Does anyone know how ghosts work?
I start flipping through the occult book.
What? Sienna, now's not the time to read.
I'm just looking through the table of contents. I can read it in the car, okay? I it doesn't make sense. We're her family and we loved her and she loved us, and if she's the one who killed Great Grandpa, then something is wrong. Or somebody made it look like it was her when it wasn't and killed Great Grandpa. As she slowly looks with terror around everyone she no longer trusts, except Jill.
Sienna, would you please make a poll?
Damn it, why? For suspicion?
Because you're accusing everyone of murder.
J'accuse.
It's fine.
All right. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
As you sort of say that, as you kind of like come to the realization that maybe it wasn't your great grandma, maybe it was someone else, you look around at all of these people and everyone looks kind of shifty. You see Uncle Reggie, who looks like he's kind of like his nostrils are flared. He is kind of like still in like a huff, like just kind of wanting to leave and get away from this place. You see Abbot, who to you looks probably kind of seedy, who's also just trying to flee the scene of a crime. And you see Carson, who has by now like gotten up and is with you all, but isn't saying anything, and does look kind of like, oh God, what is going on? Or maybe, oh God, what have I done? You see Percival, who... Honestly, Percy just looks old. Percy looks tired.
Is Percy upset because he's going to have to bring everyone's cars out for the
Percy
That's what I was
glances
thinking.
to an outside-facing window, looks at the rain, looks inside, and you just see the despair in his eyes just kind of set in. But then you also see like a thought kind of like pop into his head, and then he seems a little bit better.
I don't know what to make of that.
Whoa.
But I think Sienna would kind of like take a step closer to Jill and kind of, you know, tighten her grip on her candle and rosary. Uncle Reggie's right. Let's just go and the police can sort everything out. We're not detectives. Let's just leave.
All right, Percy, where are the cars? Do you need some help pulling them around?
Percy looks at you with just the biggest smile on his face and says, Madam, Jill, I am no longer a butler to Silas Silius. In fact,
with his passing, I am now an owner of 1/6 of this whole estate. I don't have to do shit for any of you anymore. Get your own fucking car. The keys are up by the door.
Well, everybody, it's been a pleasure. Does anyone know, and I'm holding up my paper with the stamps, where I cash this in? Just a bank, or do I need to go to a lawyer? I'll figure it out. I'll read it later. Good day. And I walk out towards the door with my candle, and I grab my keys, and I go to my car.
Okay, so you go outside. It is raining very badly, and it is thundering and lightning a lot. But you do walk over to your car. It's in the garage. You put the keys in the ignition, start driving down the path, and then as you get to the gate that will lead you out of the estate, you swerve and swear because a gigantic oak tree has fallen right over the gate, and you can't leave, my guy.
I knew something like this was gonna happen.
Damn it. I'll have to use the service person's entrance.
Yes. So you take your car to the servant's person's entrance and then follow the drive back, and then it loops and merges back in with this one and takes you right back to this tree.
Good try, though.
Damn it.
This has a very, that part of Jurassic Park where like Newman is driving the Jeep and he's like trying to steal the dinosaur embryos and gets attacked. This has a very similar feel to it.
I have a confession. I have never seen Jurassic Park. It sounds like a kick-ass film, though, from that.
Oh my gosh, it is a kick-ass film.
It sounds like
That's
a kick-ass
so good.
film.
All right, anyway. Thwack.
So, Abbot, what are you doing now that you see this?
It's a very large tree.
It is like 4 feet in diameter.
Yeah, that's pretty large. So I'm not moving that.
No.
And my car's not moving that. I really don't know. I will sit and think in my car for a moment.
Okay. As Abbott sits and thinks in his car, what is everyone else doing? I think the rest of you are still, let's say, inside, unless you were planning on leaving.
Yes, we've been watching through the window to see if he can make it, and we see that in the distance his headlights have stopped. We see the brake lights, and can assume. Well,
You see
looks like he maybe didn't make it.
I feel like with Sienna knowing that a tree has fallen, you're able to put 2 and 2 together.
So, looks like we're stuck here.
We don't know that. Like maybe the guy's car broke down. Maybe I'm just gonna go out and look. And Reggie walks out the door.
Okay, well, we can still try to find our phones. Once we find those, we can call for help or call the police or something, right?
Percy, I know that you don't work as a butler anymore, but do you have any idea where Silas may have put our phones?
I do not know that the old coot left the dining room since entering this evening.
Wait, yeah, Carson, when Aunt Jill and I left, you were still in the dining room with Great-Grandpappy. Did you see him go anywhere? Did you go anywhere?
I went back into the kitchen.
To do what exactly?
To finish dinner. Because everybody left when just the salad was out. And I was supposed to be making a roast. And then I heard like a scuffle. Like just kind of like a kind of sound.
And you didn't go check?
Well,
Say more about that right now.
I heard it coming from the dining room.
Did it sound like it was just one person or two?
I don't know. I really didn't want the roast to burn. So I was like, it's probably people looking for their stamps, really getting into it. And so I didn't think about it anymore.
Are you aware of how useless you are being right now?
Damn, Jill.
Yeah, I guess so.
So nobody saw Silas before he died?
I mean, everyone did, right?
Well, I mean, nobody saw it happen.
No. I did not. I was with Abbot. The reason why there was a pause there is because I forgot that I was also Percy and had to answer that question. We were in the my bedchambers and also the great room.
Okay, so if Carson was in the kitchen and you guys were in your bedroom and Aunt Jill and I were upstairs and Uncle Reggie was outside, then nobody was there to kill him. Did Great Grandma take our phones too?
Please,
what?
Sienna, don't make it sound quite as salacious as all that. Abbott and I were merely looking for a stamp in my bedchambers.
Oh my god. Percy, no offense, you can do whatever you want. I just don't want to hear about it. I want to start opening the occult book again and looking for like vengeful spirits or ways to contact spirits, or because I think Sienna is still fully convinced that her great grandma is to blame.
Yes. While you're doing that, Jill begins to just rummage around the room to see if she can find cell phones, evidence, something to help this situation.
Okay. Jill, make me a pull.
Here we go.
Ooh.
It's funny because it always falls with Christine's characters, so I expect it more.
Successful. I'm not dead yet.
So, Jill, with you rummaging around, you're like looking through cabinets and like brushing fine china aside, and I mean, not damaging it, of course, because this is now
partially mine.
your inheritance.
Yes. And also was Silas's, and I want to respect his legacy.
But also, 1/6 of this is yours.
Yes.
And you're looking through these cabinets and drawers, and you're not finding any cell phones. You start like just looking around the room in general, and you notice one of the outward-facing windows, which I guess where else would a window be facing? But okay. One of the windows is kind of like, it's closed, but it looks like it was closed wrong. The bottom portion of the window is kind of like just a little askew.
Like it was closed in a hurry.
Make of it what you will.
Is the ground near the window wet, perhaps?
No.
Because like my first thought is either Reggie killed a man and hopped out and ran around, or
Yeah, that's my wondering as well.
Mhm.
The windowsill is like slightly damp, but the carpeting around that area is completely dry.
So someone was leaving in a hurry.
Or maybe the window just was closed wrong. Who knows? I'm just saying stuff that you notice.
Suspicious.
So Jill, while you're looking around and you find these things, Sienna, you are reading the occult book and you're looking for stuff on vengeful spirits?
Yeah, like what would make a spirit do that? How a spirit would be able to physically strangle someone?
Okay. There isn't a lot of like concrete information, but there is a passage that talks about contacting, specters, and that when speaking to them, it's important to draw like a circle around yourself to protect yourself. It also speaks of like different levels of a manifestation and how something can start fine, but then if their business or what's keeping them tethered to, back to Earth, if that's not resolved, they sort of degrade with time, but also they can become more physical.
Okay. And how long has great grandma been dead?
Less than a year.
But like it's been a while-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the book say anything about like ghosts leaving glowy residue?
It does say that like sometimes ectoplasm or other such things can be found at sites of hauntings.
Hey, Aunt Jill, come look at this. It makes sense that great grandma would be able to do this, but if something's holding her here and corrupting her, maybe it's not great grandpappy's murder we have to think about. Maybe, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't think she died of mixing up her pills or whatever. What if she was murdered and that's why she's getting all violent? Because, oh God, do you think great grandpappy killed her?
Now then, young Sienna, it does not become you at all to speak ill of those that have passed. Your great-grandmother was a wonderful woman, and I don't see any reason for her to have manifested such unpleasantness.
Well, then what is the alternative, Percy? Because the alternative is that someone is lying and someone killed great grandpappy and faked this whole ghost ruse bullshit to get us off the trail. And honestly, if I were to point fingers, I would probably point fingers at Uncle Reggie and Abbot at this point, because who the fuck is Abbot? And Uncle Reggie's suspicious as hell. When he's been living here, has he been acting weird-er than normal?
He has acted as he does with anger and resentment as his primary emotions.
Okay, well then, Aunt Jill, Percy, what do you think happened? Because short of getting, a Sharpie and drawing a big circle and asking great grandma what the hell's up, I'm out of ideas here.
Should we go look at Silas's body again? I want to look at his neck a little more. Because if it wasn't a ghost, there might be something left behind. Maybe there's some evidence.
Yeah. You can do that. I'll go with you and stand far away.
Okay, let's go.
Thwack.
All right. We will come back to you all in a moment.
Ooh.
Dun dun.
Abbot, you are thinking about what to do in your car. Have you come to any conclusions?
Well, first of all, I suppose nobody's driven by as I've been sitting here.
No. This is not like a road. This would be like a winding path.
I figured that would have been too convenient. I'm going to do 2 more laps of the service person's drive, making extra care to note for any turnoffs or large equipment.
Okay. You do this, and you actually do follow several turnoffs, which just lead you in other roundabout ways back to this tree. One is a delivery truck route probably for the kitchens. Another one is back over towards the servants' quarters. And then one is just one that leads you around the back of the house.
And any large equipment, trucks, bulldozers, tree chippers.
Yes, actually, Silas was very into trucks. So there are trucks all over the place. Unfortunately, they are model trucks, and they are toy baby truck size.
Oh, baby trucks.
What kind of mansion doesn't have a separate gate for the service staff? And then I'm going to, I guess, pull up to the front entrance and head back into the house.
Okay. So as you're kind of like driving back up the road, you see someone kind of like walking out towards you in the rain, and it is Reggie. He kind of like flags you down and sort of like raps on the glass.
I'll stop for him and roll down the windows. Reginald, old boy, do you still drive one of those flat back take-up trucks?
Yeah, Abbot. Yeah, I do. What's going on? I thought you were leaving?
There's a damn tree right across the gate and no GD service entrance. We're all trapped at this friggin' mansion.
Huh. I appreciate your PG censorship. Maybe we'll get that general audience tag on Apple Podcasts now. Hey, can I get in your passenger seat? I'm soaked, man.
What are you doing out here again?
I came to see if I could help you, but I guess big tree probably can't, you know?
Are you sure you don't have any lumberjacking supplies in your trunk or something?
Good one, Abbott. Yeah, I'll go get my fire axe, you know? That was a joke.
Well then.
Come on, it's raining cats and dogs. You gonna let me in or what?
Yeah, I suppose. Let's head back up to the house and see if anybody else has any secretive wood-cutting hobbies.
Sure. He gets in your passenger seat. He goes, shit, it's cold out there. Oh, man, I hate being this soaked. Hey, Abbott.
Yes, Reggie?
Where's your paper? Do you still have that?
Of course, it's right here in my jacket pocket.
Is it stamped?
Of course. We went through the whole rigmarole and I found the stamps and I'm just trying to go and find like a bank or some sort of law office or something where I can cash it in.
Oh. Well, you know I work for a law firm. Do you want to give it to me and I'll notarize it and then give it back to you?
I feel more comfortable in an office with tables and lights and stuff.
Abbott, make a pull for me.
Of course.
Come on, Jacob, you got it.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Christine, it wasn't
I
you.
survived, but oh no!
Damn it, who left the tower like that?
As you're driving up, you notice Reggie's giving you like a sidelong glance. You know, he keeps like looking over at you furtively, and he says, "Hey, Abbott,
Reggie?
can I see your paper? But like, I just want to see if there's anything different on yours."
Oh my god.
I think I'd rather we go back to the house.
I mean, you're driving us there anyway, you know? I mean, I can just do this during the drive.
Yeah, but I'd rather there be witnesses.
That's a strange thing for you to say, Abbott. What do you... you think I killed my grandpa?
I'm not ruling it out, and you are the one walking around alone in the rain after a murder has been commenced.
I mean, you're the one who left the house in such a hurry, buddy.
Yes, because I got my money.
Pal.
Now I want to cash it in.
Let me see your paper. Here, you can hold on to mine. And he offers you a piece of paper.
Wow, this sure is a long drive up to this house that we've been driving on for several minutes. It's quite the large mansion with a lot of property, and we're still not there. And I'm running out of... Maybe why don't we just sit quietly and enjoy the view?
Come on, take the paper.
No, thank you.
And you get to the front.
Oh my god!
Unmurdered?
Yeah.
For now,
Hooray!
Jacob's not going to do anything now. Abbott's just going to sit in a corner because Jacob knows that he's been doomed.
Yes. So, everyone, as you might be aware, or if you're not, please go back and listen to us explain what dread is in one of our first episodes that we released. But it's okay if that's buried in your feed and you don't have to listen to it right now. Okay, bye. When someone pulls a block from the tower and the tower does fall, they are either instantly removed from the game or doomed, which is a much more fun thing to do. It basically means that their character can be removed from the game at any time.
So ominous.
Now you know my pain from the last story.
Yes. So Jacob, Abbot is now doomed. Have a fun time with that.
Yay.
But you made it back to the front of the house, and Reggie is offering you a piece of paper, the most sinister thing that has happened in this whole podcast.
Very intense paper cut is what's going to take you out.
At this point, I'm just going to ignore him and go back into the house.
Abbot? Abbot?
I'm halfway up the steps already.
Okay. Huh. All right, and we cut back to the team inside. You are moseyed into the dining room, shall we say. And there's Silas kind of on the floor now because Jill would have moved him there to start performing CPR.
Carson and Percy are with us, right?
Correct.
I go over and just start inspecting the body.
Wait, Aunt Jill, let me draw a circle around you. The book says circles protect from spirits or whatever. Is there like salt on the table for dinner? Can I like dump a salt circle or like a pepper circle around her and the body?
Yeah, you can do that. For sure can do that. Would you make a poll for me, please? Could you actually make 2 of them?
2 of them?
Good thing the tower is freshly built.
I know. That's why I asked for 2.
I know, but I could still goof it up real bad. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that would be a really horrible poll. I think you'd be worse at legally distinct. Marissa!
Did it fall over?
You have pulled.
Tension.
No, she pulled from the bottom row again.
Tension.
Marissa, you got to stop pulling from the bottom.
No. Let me live my life.
But yes, so you are able to draw or create a salt circle. You are confident, given your absolute 0 knowledge and expertise in this field, that this will protect your aunt from ghosts.
Excellent.
I'm kind of rolling my eyes, but also it's endearing.
Mm-hmm. So you step into the circle, taking care not to break it, as that would, of course, stop its magic from working.
Indeed.
And you are examining Silas. Could you tell me what you're looking at again?
I'm inspecting him for abrasions, lacerations. I'm looking at his neck.
It's hard to check for bruising on his neck because you're looking with like candlelight and there's still this like blue glow just kind of like emanating from his neck in the shape of handprints.
Can I touch it?
Yeah. You don't feel anything in particular. When your hand comes away, though, it is also blue. And when you kind of like, you feel like a very, very thin like film.
Whoa.
Is it like the inside of a glow stick?
I guess it could be described like that. It's not like a gel, though. It doesn't feel like you're like touching like a gloop.
No, but like it's not something supernatural. Like it's a physical substance that's on him and that is now transferred to my hand.
It is like a physical substance.
Okay. I think that someone has tried to stage this murder and make it look like it was a ghost. Someone here has killed him.
Okay. Do you share this with the class?
I mean, they're gonna see. I'm suspicious. I'm really suspicious of Reggie. Carson was with him when he died.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not suspicious of Percival. for some reason, and I was with Sienna. So I think I would probably like walk over to Sienna and just kind of like show her my like my fingers and try and keep her like, you know, hush hush about it a little bit.
Okay.
Dang it, Jill, why did you leave the circle? Oh.
Shh.
What is that?
I'm not sure, but I think that this is not something supernatural. This is something that someone put on his neck.
So what do we do? What's the play here?
I don't know.
I don't know. I still think trying to find our phones and just calling the police is the best bet, because even if we do figure out who killed Great Grandpappy, what the hell are we gonna do? Like, what's stopping them from killing us once we find out?
Well, I looked around the room and I didn't find the phones anywhere. I did find a window that looked like it had been opened.
Do you think, if it is Uncle Reggie or Carson or whoever, do you think they threw the phones out the window?
Oh, I didn't think about that. We should go look.
Okay. Should we distract everybody else?
I mean, I suppose we'll have to. I don't know how.
Here, you look for the phones. I'll distract them.
Okay.
Hey, Percy, Carson. Hey, listen. I think we should hold a seance. I think we should try to talk to Great Grandma. Come on, let's go upstairs where the mirror was, away from down here. Upstairs. Yep.
Sienna, I will not be climbing any stairs. My old bones cannot take it.
But that's where all the stuff happened.
Yeah. To jump on the point of the old guy, do you really wanna go back to that spooky place? Like to
Well, that's okay, because we'll draw a circle, and Percival, I'll just give you a piggyback ride or whatever. You don't weigh that much, right?
I weigh a healthy 538 pounds.
Oh my God.
That was a clever deception. Thank you for coming.
Well, let's just throw him in the dumbwaiter and
to my comedy routine.
Did Silas defo have one of those like stair chair things that just slowly ascend staircase?
Oh, he 100% does.
Oh, well then, Percy, you can just ride the stair elevator 9000 or whatever, okay? Like, you don't know climbing necessary. Like, come on, let's go.
That chair is a humiliation and an abomination.
Percy, don't you want to know what happened?
Could you make me 2 pulls, please?
Wait, could I make an argument to Percy that might get it down to 1 pull?
Go ahead.
Percy, if you come with me and ride the stair chair, every time I'm home, I will pull your car out for you whenever you need it.
Ooh.
And every time I'm on, home for the holidays or whatever, I'll come here and dust it for you. I mean the house, not the car. That was a little bit misleading.
Are you going to permit me to continue living in this estate?
I mean, I hadn't thought that far ahead, but I don't see why not. Sure, I'll back you up if that's what you want.
I will do it on agreement that you will back my future play.
I'll defend Percy gets to keep living in the house to the rest of the family, I guess. That's fine. You're basically like family. You've worked here forever.
This is true. Let us go. And he...
So 1... Oh, I did. No pulls required. Yes.
No, you still do need to make a pull for the other band.
Damn it.
So close.
Beans. All right. Watch me go. Here I go.
Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Excellent.
See, easy peasy.
Okay. I think we'll leave you guys heading upstairs for now, and
we hear the slow whir of the electric chair make its way down to the first floor.
You push a button and you hear off in the distance the electric chair coming closer and closer Jill,
Yes.
you are looking out the window. Your only light is a candle, and you're looking for phones?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything outside on the ground near where the window was hastily closed.
Okay. You don't see any reflective surfaces, so you don't see any like metal shine or like glass shine of phones or anything like that. But you do see maybe there's some like indentations in the grass.
Okay, so I open the window to get a better look at what's on the ground.
Okay. There's not like any objects there. It looks like just indentations in the grass, like imprints.
Like footprints?
Yes, they look like they might be, yeah.
Okay. Are they leading anywhere?
Make a poll, please.
Here I go.
What is with these pulls? All right, you're fine. It's still kind of fresh. Oh, see, fine.
So yeah, the rain is just coming down in sheets. There's like thunder and lightning. A flash comes and sort of illuminates the grass before you, and you see what looks like footprints in like the wet grass, kind of leading away from the window. They go kind of around the house in like both directions and then kind of seem to double back.
Can I see like where it ends, or would I have to go follow it?
You would have to go out and follow it.
Okay, I go follow it.
Okay, so you jump out the window. I really did think that like the rain would deter people from. I would just want our listeners to know that I personally, in this situation, would have gone to the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and be holding that. Anyone else with me? Anyone out there with me? All right. So Joe goes outside and follows the footprints. Do you follow them left or right? Right
Oh,
is
God.
towards the front of the house, and left is towards the back.
Let's go to the back.
Okay. These footprints sort of terminate at this hedgerow.
Can I see anything like in or just beyond the hedges?
Looking around, again, very dark outside, but you wait for more thunderclaps and make a poll for me.
Okay. I'm very excited and I'm also very scared.
That's dread, baby. That's how it's supposed to be. Ooh, okay. So you're peeking through these hedges, thunder and lightning's happening around you, and you see kind of like a glint in them, and you reach for it and you grab it and you pull out a glove.
Ooh.
It's wet. It's has weird markings on it.
Like what?
You're not really sure, like runes and sigils. It also has kind of like a crystal gem, sort of like where like the back of the hand would be.
Huh. Is that the only thing that I see in the hedge?
You see another glove identical to that one.
Okay, I grab it.
Identical?
Well, identical except it's the other hand.
Ah.
Okay, so I grab that.
Okay. Do you put them on?
Oh. I want to, but also the fact that they have writing on them, I don't know, like...
Mm-hmm.
Also, this could just be you being a shit to be like, okay, you put on gloves, and they are gloves.
But what would Jill do, Christine?
Jill probably would not put them on,
Okay.
but she would ensure that there's nothing else in the hedge.
There doesn't seem to be. I mean,
Okay.
branches, leaves, twigs.
Yeah. So now Jill turns back around and follows the other direction.
Okay. They lead to the front of the house. And then they kind of get lost as the house gets, gravel.
Okay. So where they end, is there anything weird around there?
There's nothing weird around there, but at the front of the house, you do see a car pulling up. It's Abbot's car. and you see Abbot get out and kind of hurriedly walk inside.
Okay. I'm gonna try and not be seen by him, at least while we're outside.
Okay. Jill, would you please make a pull for me?
Okay. I mean, there's no
Jill
way
is
this
not proficient in
pull.
stealth. It's a D&D joke for all my D&D friends.
The tower stands.
Excellent. So yeah, you see Abbot's car pulling up, and you duck behind the house again and kind of like peek around the corner edge. You see Abbot like get out and like kind of hurriedly walk up the stairs, and a little bit later you see Reggie get out of the passenger seat and kind of just like slink up the stairway.
Slink is a fun word you just used.
Yeah, isn't it a good? It's a good
suspicious
adjective.
is what it is. I don't trust anyone.
Who doesn't want to slink out of the rain? You know?
Okay, so once they're back in the house, I think I'm gonna go back in through the window.
Okay. I'll say you're able to do that.
Okay.
That's not a huge problem.
And then once I'm back in the house, I am trying to find like something to put on that would cover up the fact that I've just been like in the rain.
There was the potential for you to spend the night here, so you do have like an overnight bag upstairs.
Okay, so I'm going to try and make my way upstairs so that I can change with the hope of not running into anybody. And if I do while I'm wet, that's concerning. But if I'm able to make it back to the room, I'll change and just tell everyone that I got tired of wearing my costume.
Okay. As you try to stealth your way up the stairs, Abbot, you enter into the hallway and you see Sienna and Percival and Carson all cheering as the electrical chair has finally reached the bottom step and comes to a stop.
And do they notice me come in, or do I get to sneak up on them?
Are you trying to sneak up on them?
No, not necessarily.
Is everyone playing Assassin's Creed now?
No, I walk in the front door like a normal person.
Okay. So you slink in the front door like a normal person and you run into these people. They the front door boom, opens up and they all turn to see you.
That big clamor we heard, it was the tree by the front gate. It's blocking all our vehicles in. There's no way out. We're trapped in this ghastly manor.
Okay. Well, that's ominous. Anyway, we're doing a seance to see if we can talk to Great Grandma's ghost and ask her not to kill us like she may or may not have killed Great Grandpappy. If you wanna jump in on this.
Are there any humans we could ask about our phones? Living humans?
And as you guys are all talking, you see Uncle Reggie slip in right behind Abbot, and he's just kind of like standing there, awkwardly close.
And another thing, this Reginald fellow, he's trying to get my share of the estate. And
Abbot, I'm not trying to get your share. I'm just trying to see if your paper is any different than mine.
No offense, Uncle Reggie and Abbott, but that's kind of a wild thing to be worried about right now. Like, you're already fighting over his money? It hasn't, like...
Honey, we were fighting over his money before he was dead. What makes you think that would stop now?
I'm also not fighting over anyone's money. I'm just asking to look at a piece of paper.
Whatever. We're all going upstairs. You all should come with us right now and definitely not go back into the room with the windows. Definitely not.
That sounds like I want to go into that room then.
Nope. No, you don't.
Uncle Reggie, he leaves, but he goes into the main room, like the great room, because that room has more windows than the dining room. And you described it as the room with all the windows. Reggie does leave, but he goes the wrong way.
Excellent. Okay, well, Abbott, just come with us upstairs, okay? Here, Percy, do you need help getting strapped into your little chair guy?
I can buckle myself in my seatbelt fine. Thank you.
You're just going to let Reginald sneak off alone, though? That doesn't seem suspicious and scary to anybody.
I mean, frankly, everyone is suspicious, and assuming that Uncle Reggie has something to hide, what do you suggest that we do? Like, strap him to a table and feed him cake until he talks?
The table doesn't sound like a bad idea.
That's a horrible idea.
Search his pockets for the phones, and then we'd know he wouldn't be sneaking around murdering anybody. Has anybody got the rope?
I mean, if you want to go after Uncle Reggie by yourself, be all means, but I'm not doing that. When I was 5, he got so mad at one of Great Grandpappy's picnics that he overturned the fondue table and threw a Coke bottle at Percival's face. Like, it was bad. He ducked. Do you remember that, Percy?
I do indeed. That was a day which brought me much joy, for when I ducked, the soda can did explode behind me, showering me with a wonderful mist of the Sierra.
Yeah, point being is Uncle Reggie has been suspicious my whole life.
Well, I'm not certainly going to be alone with him any longer, so I guess I'm following you weirdos on your ghost hunts while there's a murderer afoot.
All right, so approximately 10 years later, when you reach the top of the stairs, because the chair takes that long to get there, you unbuckle Percy and you walk to the bathroom.
Wow, riveting audio.
By this point, Jill meets you up there because Jill has come up the back way, which is a back stairway from the kitchen, goes into her room, and changes into dry clothes. Her hair is still wet, but the rest of her is dry.
Well, I wring it out as well as I can and throw it up in a bun. Maybe I took a shower.
So Jill looks fine. Jill looks refreshed and rejuvenated, and steps out of her bedroom into the hallway where the rest of you are.
Oh, thank goodness. Hi, Aunt Jill. You didn't run into Reggie, did you, just now?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Well, he's off somewhere downstairs. We're gonna go do our seance, I guess. See, here's where all the glass broke. Do you see that?
Good God, it's a disaster in here. There's shards everywhere, and the tacky tile in the shower, and my God, Percy, go fetch us a broom.
Percy looks at you, looks out the door, doesn't move. While you're looking around, Abbot, there's broken glass everywhere. The place looks trashed, like a whirlwind kind of flew through it. You notice some strange markings on the mirror frame.
So, what are these strange markings? Tell us more about this.
Everyone would kind of notice those. They look alien to you. They're very strange. You can't decipher any kind of meaning from them. However, they do look oddly similar to something you've seen this evening.
Do they match the ones on my gloves?
Maybe. Make a pull.
Okay, I'm gonna make a pull.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
It's
no.
fine.
Oh, no. Okay.
Ooh, I was actually getting nervous there.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
So yes, Jill, you move closer to the mirror and you take the gloves out of your back pocket and you look at them, and the runes carved into the material seem to match the ones on the frame of where this mirror used to be.
Ooh.
And as you're like examining these two things, you kind of get engrossed in that for a second. And
Carson kind of looks at those gloves and goes, where did you get those?
These were gloves that I had for my costume. And so I just figured, since I was wearing regular clothes, Silas would not approve, so I might as well put on something a little fancier if I'm not going to be wearing my full costume,
See, but I know that that's not true. So, like, where did you get those?
What do you know about these gloves?
I think you're right. They're part of your costume. Yep, man. Good. It's a good costume. I especially like the crystal inlay. I think that really speaks to Victorian fashion. Yeah.
Hey, Carson, why are you being so suspicious? And Aunt Jill, where did you get these stupid gloves? I didn't see you wearing them earlier.
I found them at a certain point this evening.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, that's vague and not helpful.
Okay, clearly I'm lying, and clearly you know something about these. Tell us.
No, the nerves are coming back.
Carson, did you kill Silas?
No, I didn't.
It's exactly what the murderer would say.
As if. Shut up,
Abbot, did you kill Silas?
Of course not. I was with Percy the whole time.
It's exactly what the murderer would say. See, I can do it too, asshole.
Yeah, except you don't have an alibi.
So,
Carson, what do you know about these gloves?
And what is your alibi for the murder?
Fuck. I think it might be easier if I showed you.
Okay, that's the most ominous fucking thing I've heard all night. Show us what?
Okay, all right. So he takes one of the towel hooks, and just kind of pulls it like a lever. And yeah.
Is there really a secret room? Oh my gosh.
And the bath corner of the bathroom just kind of like and like rotates.
Whoa.
And you see a flight of stairs leading up to a third
What is
floor.
Great Grandpa Batman? What the fuck?
What is
And
happening?
he's just like, so yeah, I guess
I'm sorry. How do you've been here for
what
3 weeks, and I've been here for years, and I didn't know this was a thing? Who the fuck are you? Is your name
it's
even
pretty
Carson?
weird, especially when you figure that there's like you can see a third floor from the outside. Anyway, come on, let's go. Quickly, come on.
Do you have any of those secret passages that lead off property?
I don't know of any. I think I would have used it though by now,
Fair enough.
He will lead you all up this like spiraling staircase into this like really just like a huge room. Like the ceiling goes up to rafters, and it is just floor to ceiling all over the place. Ghost stuff, books on the occult, mirrors with inscriptions written around the edges that are supposed to like project ghost images. You've got EMF detectors. It's everywhere. There's like Tesla coils because of course there are. There's this really big iron cage is hanging like suspended from the ceiling.
What?
And inside of it you see this pale blue smoke swirling around and coalesces for like just an instant into the form of your great-grandma.
Oh my gosh.
What
And
the fuck is going on?
Carson kind of like turns to all of you and like gives like a sheepish shrug. So what do you want to know about ghosts? Thank you for listening to Dread and Breakfast. This week's podcast sponsored to you by Tesla coils, but only the ones that play Sail by AWOL Nation.
Oh my god. We'd like to thank Eli Schneider for composing all of our original music. You can check out more of his work on Spotify. Additional sounds are credited in the episode notes. And a huge thank you to our intern Manon at Manonelise on Instagram, who created the incredible episode art for this story. You can follow us on Instagram at DNBpod. We're on Twitter at DNBfast, or you can visit our website at dnbpod.com. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to give us a quick rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Writing one only takes a couple seconds, and we'd really love to hear from you. You can tell us whether you prefer pancakes or waffles. The correct answer is, of course, waffles, but if you want to defend pancakes, please do so in a review. Thank you again so much for listening. Be sure to join us in 2 weeks for the conclusion of this story. We already recorded it, and let me tell you, you do not want to miss it. See you then.